All right, I want to talk about this quickly to end the pod. Sage Steele did an interview with Biden and then afterwards claimed that the interview was 100% from a script, her questions and his answers. And she claimed that the Biden administration before the interview told her that you will read what we wrote and you won't deviate from the script. I mean, it's not a surprise. Obviously, we've seen Biden's note cards and press conferences on I will call on this person and they will ask this question and I'll have this answer. So this is not a surprise, but that's just another illustration of, I mean, this is the kind of stuff you see in China and Russia. We claim to be this beacon of democracy and we're no better than, and that we're better than them. But actually, in scenarios like this, we're no better than them. This is propaganda. Having pre-written stuff, pre-written questions. The media can't do the media's job and ask truthful, hard-hitting questions and have a president that is competent enough to respond with truthful answers. You're gonna ask what we tell you, and then he's gonna respond, and you will not deviate from that script. I mean, that's like state-controlled media type of stuff you see in communist countries like China and Russia. That's CCP level of stuff. Telling a journalist you will ask these questions, that's insane. That's crazy. Like I said, it's not a surprise, but just take a look at we're supposed to be a democracy. We're supposed to have freedom of press, and we're having our journalists having to read off scripts written from our government. If that doesn't tell you where our state of our democracy is right now and the true threat of democracy, I went on and on about why Biden's the threat to democracy in last episode, but just add this to the list. He's having journalists read from pre-written stuff. What happened to the freedom of the press? I mean, we have more and more aspects of our democracy getting thrown out the window. And who's doing it? It's not Trump. It's Biden. Biden and his administration are throwing this stuff out the window. Our basic foundations of democracy. Freedom of press. Freedom of speech. Right to bear arms. They're all on attack from one side, and it's the left. It's not the right. So I just thought that was funny. It's painfully funny, but it's like I said, it just shows you who the real threat to democracy is. Who's getting rid of the freedom of the press? Who's using government agencies to censor political speech? It's Biden. So our democracy truly is at stake, but it's not the way that the mainstream media is telling you. It's not on the Trump side. It's the Biden side, because he's the one by one trying to get rid of all of our basic foundations of democracy. So keep that in mind as you come forward, as you come close to election. We come closer to the election. It's in November this year. Keep that in mind of who's at the real threat to democracy. Who's putting our basic foundations of democracy at risk? It's Biden. It's not Trump.